Is this on the Michael Outdoors podcast page? I was going to start sharing it for you.
It's on the original, like, just my main account page.
Oh, okay. So we're live. We're talking right now. People are listening to us. People are tuning in. We got it all under control.
Yep.
There we go. All right. We are.
It's on the original, like, just my. Yep.
All right. We are live. This is awesome. How is everyone doing today? Everyone doing fantastic. How are you doing, Michael?
Good.
That is fantastic to hear.
Account page.
A lot of people are probably. Okay. Hold on, I got an echo. Whoop, sorry, sorry. I had it playing in the background. All right. So, what I would like to give you a little bit of advice on, real quick, before we get into the conversations that you were wanting to have. We were talking podcast before we went live, and you mentioned how when you have guests on, you don't script it, you don't write down any notes, none of that. When you're by yourself, you might want to script and say, hey, the conversation veered over here, didn't stay on track, and I didn't get to ask this question or that question. If you have nothing planned, the episode was amazing because you know what I'm saying? You didn't have them plans. You just did what you wanted, you went with the flow, and that's all that matters. So with podcasting, it's best to be unscripted, in my opinion, especially a show like this.
Yeah, like, actually, my mind's blown right now. The fact that I'm able to stream on both Facebook and YouTube, and it's not even cutting out or anything.
I am proud of you, my man. And I must say, I am proud. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Actually, 13, and even Rick's, I probably know what you're saying. Nobody really, even kids at school, I go around, they all know my name because they watch the podcast, most of them.
See, I am very proud of you. I just met you, but I'm proud of you because at 14, instead of getting in trouble and running around with the wrong crowds, which God knows I did that when I was your age, you decided that you're going to focus on your career and you're going to focus on podcasting. And I'm proud of you for that, little man. It's a hard thing to do, especially if you have anxiety. I don't know if you have anxiety or anything like that. We can get on that rabbit hole if you want. But it is very hard to do something like this. So you're doing an incredible job. And yeah, there's technical difficulties. You won't hear the guest. I've had that happen. But it is how you continue on. And so don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep fighting through and keep doing this because this is an amazing thing that you're doing.
Yeah, like, most of these kids are out running around on the streets and stuff. Like,
yes.
Exactly. Nobody wants to actually stay off the streets and be, like, for example, you see an old person on the street, I'm definitely going to help them get across. That's just, some kids will get in fights and everything.
It's sad, but honestly, I see people my age doing the same thing. It's sad to see, but like a lot of people don't worry about their future. They don't worry about their career path. They let so many things sidetrack them and get them out of the path of their career. And don't let that happen to you. That happened to me multiple times. Not a lot of people know this, so here you go. Here's a little bit of a history about me. I had a podcast previously. Currently, I do Pink Sock Podcast, and I also have another show coming up that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be announcing full details on Dabbing with Dads tonight. I know that's another show that you and I both support. So tonight on Dabbing with Dads at 9:30, I'm going to be announcing all of that. But I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight of my life, if you don't mind, and kind of give you some help with your podcast as well so you don't make the same mistakes I did. When I was your age, podcasting wasn't really big. It wasn't really a thing per se. Like people would go live on like MySpace or Facebook or whatever existed back then. But podcasting in and of itself was not that huge. It was an online platform nonetheless, but it wasn't as big as it was. But I digress. When I was 16, maybe, I started a little show called MDU Radio. There was one episode, you can still find it on blogtalkradio.com. It is just me and my co host at the time talking about the Mandela effect. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but you're a young kid. You probably go on YouTube and go down the rabbit hole. Look up the Mandela effect. There's a very interesting theory. But I did that little radio show or whatever you want to call it, podcast. Now, the mistake I made, which I'm glad you didn't yet, you're still going strong. I quit. I did one episode. I'm like, I can't do this. And that little voice in your head will be there telling you can't do it. And I did. I quit. And then I picked it up again. Kind of some inspiration for you is no matter what people tell you, and no matter what you tell yourself, you can accomplish whatever you want. You can accomplish goals. Is there a guest that you would like to have on the show? Is there one on the top of your head right now that you want to have on this show?
Calligraphy, and of course, you're scheduling one with Matt and Coop.
All right, we'll get it. We'll get that. That's an easier goal to accomplish. My goal when I first got into podcasting was like actors and like people that like are interesting but aren't people that I ended up interviewing, and that's when I realized that the more interesting conversations are had with local people and people that are like up and coming. So I kind of don't interview a whole lot of huge guests anymore. Calligraphy, though, those are amazing guys. I had the chance to finally hang out with them over the course of the weekend. I don't know if you're familiar with the camp out that we had with Louie and all of them, but yeah, which member of calligraphy, or do you want them all on at once?
I'm gonna try have them all. Actually, fun fact: I'm related to Chris and Jen.
Well, that's cool.
That by marriage somehow, but actually, I would have worn my calligraphy shirt today, but it's.
I went kind of cliche for today's show. I am wearing a R&L Strength and Conditioning shirt to support my boy Rick Lay.
Speaking of, Matt and Dustin's gonna be in the building tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday at 5:00 for training.
That is awesome. I remember seeing that posted that Dustin and Matt are going to be doing what, motivational speaking?
Yep. And speaking
That's going to be awesome.
I had to pull this out.
Oh, I love it. R.I.P. to our boy Silent Simba. I miss that man.
Yeah, actually, it made me you were there at his celebration of life. His mom, she used to watch my podcast once, maybe, I think. And she's like, why don't you, because I was like, I want to take a picture to put on it for when I do podcasts. She's like, let me get you one that's laminated so you can put up on your wall for it.
That's neat. His mom is so sweet. I got to meet her at the celebration of his life, and she's such a sweet woman. I also got his sister and his family. It was nice meeting them, but it was horrible the circumstance.
Yeah, it wasn't really expected, but
no, I did not expect that at all. I actually had just seen him maybe a week, I want to say less than a week prior, because we did that comedy at the gym.
That's what I was just about to say, because I know Matt and all them said they talked to him just a few hours before all that bad stuff
Yeah.
happened.
I don't think I spoke to him much after the comedy event. We did briefly talk afterwards. Um, well, not briefly, we talked a bit afterwards, but we talked briefly about him appearing on my podcast. So, like, I didn't sense anything wrong. So, I don't know.
But anymore,
It's,
nobody
it's,
really expects this stuff. Like now they're talking about COVID, like schools being shut down, places being
I
shut
saw
down. It was on the news actually this morning. Government funding might be shut down.
that is very scary thought. And I honestly saw this happening. Um, Also, if you don't mind, I'm sorry for interrupting that thought. I have what they call, as Matt would call it, giggle bush memory. I go off, I go off into random topics, so I apologize. But I do have with Louis the 13 Spot and what other artists am I working with? I'm working with a lot of them. Spot, Louis the 13. I've got Loose Bean and a few others, not all together, but I'm working with them separately on some DJ tracks. So that's going to be fun.
And I could
So,
probably how long? A good hour go. A good half hour or something. Go.
what's up?
Nothing. My sister came in.
Oh, we have a special guest, your sister.
Then she ran back out. Yeah.
You still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here. Speaking of, it's in the background behind me. If you see it,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's a
I
very
know.
nice logo you have.
Then I actually made my own logo. I haven't really used it much because Plug made this one. It's a
Oh,
painting,
nice.
so I like it like this. But actually, before we move on, don't forget to look at the merch we have. That actually is amazing.
What is your website for your
Actually,
merch?
I don't really use website at this moment. I was actually working on stuff, but Rick actually makes the shirts for now. And like
Oh,
I'm the one who made all the mock-ups cuz I'm the tech one.
how do we get your merch though? Do we just get a hold of Rick and you personally, or
What we do is if you go on my Facebook, you'll see that I made a post about a week ago about clothes and stuff. I've already got two
Mhm.
people that bought. And you
I don't know what I'm gonna get. I might get a. You got shorts, sweatpants, hoodies, dude. That is amazing. You've got all kinds of stuff. I thought you just had shirts.
wait real quick. Hi Linda.
Hi, Linda. She's an incredible woman. She supports everything that we do, and I truly appreciate her. Love you, Linda.
I know like this I don't we're actually getting new internet. It's called Starlink. It's actually okay, real fun tech fact. The reason they say Starlink's so good because a normal internet is 2 miles up in space. This one's 1 mile, so it's a
Oh, really?
latency. It's pretty.
I
Exp-
didn't
it's,
know that.
it's actually expensive, but it says it's going to be shipped between the 29th and 6th, so we should have it next week.
Let me know how it is, brother.
Yeah, I will. It's actually because if so, I might be able to do more podcasts and stuff. Just my internet right now, I, I don't even really. Like my OBS Studio is what I use to stream. It's cutting in and out every few seconds.
So I need to get with you one of these days and have you teach me how to use OBS Studio because I was thinking about using that for my next project. By the way, if you need any help or if you want any guests or anything, let me know because I will gladly help you. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing with podcasting. It is better than what other kids are doing. So keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Like,
Unless you find something else to have a
well, if we do get that new internet,
drive for, then go ahead and do that by all means. But
I might be starting my own gaming channel. Actually, if this internet is good as they say, I might start my own gaming channel.
that would be cool. I know a lot of people that do gaming and they do really well with it. So your best bet would be doing it on Twitch, though. YouTube's not a very good platform anymore for gaming. I know Twitch is a really good one.
Which what I might do though is just do it like on a podcast. Like, and speaking of that, a new segment I was talking to you about the other day. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
it's about Rick's
Mm-hmm.
thing. It we might as well get into it. Rick, this program, it's more important. He
Mm-hmm.
helps these kids get off the street from doing bad things. Like,
Yeah.
that's just most people 10 out of 10 they try it and they give up. But Rick actually
Mm.
helps these kids. I'm shocked that Rick does this. He it's every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Then I think every other Saturday. I'm pretty sure that's something he'd have to
Rick's a
help.
really good.
And I haven't talked about this for a while. My sponsors for the podcast, because I know back
Mm-hmm.
a while ago, Spotify and stuff they cracked down. Which I'm pretty sure you use the same platform I use, which is Anchor, because I seen that earlier. I'm assuming
Yeah,
that's
I was using Anchor momentarily for Spotify. I'm kind of behind on it because we do have a lot of episodes of Pink Sock that didn't make it to Spotify yet. We're missing a whole season, I think.
I know. What I
Um,
do, I put them on the SD card or something, then just wait for the next day or something, then I'll post it.
oh, okay.
Like,
That's very smart. Very smart.
I know.
So
I'm
sorry,
I know I'm gonna
do
end up.
you plan, well,
Good.
we keep talking over top of each other. We're amazing at this. No, go ahead with your thought and then I'll ask. I'll shut up.
I'm de- I'm gonna have to invest in a webcam one time, cause my quality sucks.
Dude, you don't have to get an expensive one to get a good webcam. Mine was like
Like,
20 something bucks from Walmart.
look at my microphone. It's a $90 microphone, and yeah, it sounds great and all, but it just hard. It's like hard to manage with it because it's so expensive, and the cord's about 2 foot long. Jeez.
Dude, the thing is though, when you're first starting out, it's not going to be as professional or as great as you want, but you will get there, my man. And my question I was going to ask previously, see, I'm able to loop back around even though my memories, my brain is like a hamster wheel. The hamster's dead, but it keeps turning. But do you plan on doing this podcast and do the gaming thing, or are you going to combine it into one thing?
I may just do both. Just do the podcast and post gaming content on the same channel. Because I actually have another channel, it's where I ride four wheelers and stuff. But
Oh, nice.
I haven't posted on that since January. It's been a while.
It'll be all right. You'll get more stuff posted on that channel, and you'll be on your way in no time. I'm excited to see this gaming channel though, because I love. It's weird. I'm not much of a gamer myself, but I do enjoy watching people play games, especially like scary games, because it like you see them jump and everything and freak
I
out.
know.
It, it is so fun.
I got
What kind of
actually.
game? Good.
I'd play Fortnite when I get that internet. I actually have Five Nights at Freddy's on here. It's funny, but I don't really want to play it on, though. It's like GTA, but worse.
I've heard. I've not played the game personally, but I've seen people play it.
I know, there's a
Oh no,
sickness.
he's coughing. Don't give me that. Or sinuses.
I know,
I,
look. Have
don't know.
kids.
I don't know if that's a sniffle. So, what else do you have coming up
Actually,
besides the game?
one thing I'm planning on doing, because I hope I can get a desk soon for my podcast setup, because it's hard with a little dresser. That's all I
Mhm.
use.
Damn.
Yeah,
What kind of light are you using?
it's actually a ring light. I paid $32. It was a whole set. It came with green screen, that tripod, and I actually got another one for my phone. It's a light. So basically, that's if I want to do vlogging stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Cool. So, I noticed you got a little timer going. Is that how much time we have left?
What I do, because I know it does that to me a lot, we basically spent like 5 minutes before just
Uh-huh.
testing. So what I do is create a new link and then send you the
Okay.
invite, and then you just join again, and it gives us another 40 minutes.
You're good, bud. I have about 20, 30 more minutes to spare, so you're good.
Because what time do you gotta leave to go to the mat?
Well, Matt, we're not doing it till about 9, but I do have other errands I have to run here in the next 30 minutes. So I'm good for 20 or 30 more minutes. So
Okay.
you have me a little longer. If you have any other questions or things you want to talk about, I'm here, brother.
Actually, I have a few things. What made you start podcasting?
It is honestly between comedy, music, and radio. I've always wanted to do radio. I've always wanted to do comedy. I've always wanted to do music, but I've never had the courage to do podcasting or do any of that. Until recently, about 5 years ago, and that's when I started Pink Sock. It was originally just me. When before Pink Sock, it was just me and a co-host. Her name was Nikki. Me and her still in touch. And then it was me, my buddy Dave, and my buddy Tony. They were in a band called Psalms of Silence, which was a local metal band, and we was doing it in a basement. And then it kind of evolved into what it was due to the pandemic. We were all stuck at home, so I just did it all online, got guests, and I mean, I just love doing it. Kind of like with comedy, it's just something I feel like my mission on this earth is to entertain people, and I feel incomplete without it. So that's kind of why I started doing podcasting. What made you start?
Okay. I actually, when I started, I was watching Brandcast and the Novotny radio show. Like,
Mhm.
that's how it drew me into starting my own podcast.
See, that's kind of where I started deciding that I'm going to chase my dreams to do the podcast, because a friend of mine, Ryan, he's in like a band and they tour and stuff, and he decided out of nowhere to do a podcast. I'm like, well, if he can do one, hell, I can do one.
I know,
So I just went ahead
I'm
and
playing this,
decided to do it.
trying to play Simba song. I actually made a clean version of it because I
Mhm.
know you get in trouble without clean versions sometimes. So I actually made a clean version, which I did not write to any of the music played.
See, that's the thing I hate about Facebook and YouTube and stuff is they take channels down and shit for playing copyrighted music.
Which I don't really think any of Simba's songs were actually copyrighted. I know Coop
I
said
don't think.
he said he had to get Simba to sign a document allowing them
Mhm.
to play their music in songs, which I'm actually going to look into that to get Calligraphy, see if I can play their songs on the podcast.
That'd be dope. Calligraphy has some new music coming out too with
I
Matt
know,
Cooper on vocals.
I know,
I cannot wait.
I know the song name. It's "Right My Wrongs."
Yeah, I saw Matt.
No, I made a clean version because he didn't really cut like most of his songs. He only swore in one line, and then no, I didn't hear anything else.
So, what's your favorite Simba song?
It's either between "Need a Rider," "Nothing Else to Do," or "Vibin'." That's the three songs it's in between.
Those are some great songs. Nothing else to do. I am honored that I am kind of a part of Simba's legacy in a small way because I was in the Nothing Else to Do music video.
I actually seen you,
And
and then what I think Matt hit. If you didn't see the motivational batch, it was actually on live on my Facebook. But my
uh,
dad came up with the idea because he was DJing it. He decided to have Matt come up and sing the song since him and Simba were very close. So he had.
mhm,
Then Matt actually had my dad DJ for the celebration of life.
that's cool. Yeah, I was there for the motivation bash, and Matt did a great job.
I know. My
Um,
dad. I. I was thinking about that idea. I told him about it. I didn't know if he would have done it, but he did.
See, at the motivation bash, it was a lot of fun, but I didn't really know what to expect really
Because
because I thought I was doing.
you were
I
in
thought we were doing.
between. And
What?
I know you want to do stand-up comedy here real quick. So if you want to do that,
Yeah.
knock yourself out.
See, with comedy for me though, my brand of comedy is very interesting because most of my comedy is improvised. That's like when I was at the camp out, Looney called me on stage to do stand up, and I had nothing planned, but I was fine with it because it's all like storytelling. But it's not the jokes that I had prepared wasn't necessarily friendly for the room, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because because I was told that it was like a high school, and I thought it was like high schoolers. I didn't expect like middle schoolers and stuff, and that's when I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Which,
I don't know about my jokes anymore.
like you said you feed off of you and Matt fed off of each other. So basically, it
Yeah,
was good though. Like
it worked.
you were hitting the dance moves at the end. I actually caught that. Matt got on video too.
Yeah, I try to dance and I try to liven up a room because I don't like when I get very awkward in situations where like we're all quiet or like people aren't moving or doing, you know what I mean, like moving around and enjoying themselves. So I try to make people move and enjoy themselves because you got to get a room going. And that's what I strive to do. And we all should. We all need to embrace and leave.
Okay,
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button on this kid's channel.
I'm
He
back.
is the future. He's the future of podcasting right here. This kid right here, he is the future of podcasting.
Hey,
To
guess
hell with
what?
me. To hell with Coop right here. He's
I
got
got good
longer time
news.
here.
We don't have
What
to.
is it?
We don't have to
Drop
make a
it
new podcast. It disconnected myself, and now it gave us another extra 40 qualities.
It still says 1 minute. It still says 1 minute on my end, though. I
It
don't
shouldn't.
know if.
It shouldn't disconnect you. If it does, I'll give you the link.
Okay. Okay.
Technical
So
difficulties happen.
technical difficulties do happen. I've actually had a full blown podcast with a relatively bigger name guest for me, and I completely disappeared from my own stream mid conversation. And I was like, but luckily they were cool with it. The pod.
And yeah, sorry guys, disconnecting. There you go.
All right. There we go. What's funny yet not? It's kind of funny, but it's not. The last time I was on Zoom was with my therapist. My therapist uses Zoom, and you are now my therapist. How does that make you feel? You're the youngest therapist in history.
Actually, that was funny. I need to quit speaking. I said it would not kick us off. What happened? The next minute, kicked us off.
I'm here though. I'm here, boy. So what other kinds of music do you listen to? I know you listen to calligraphy, you listen to silent Simba, but like, do you listen to any like rock or like pop or anything other than hip hop, or is hip hop like your main genre that you gravitate towards?
Actually, I listen to country. I've been country. I listen country. Just I never was into rap until I heard Simba and calligraphy and all them. Like Big
Mhm.
Just, when I started hearing them, it just right there.
See, for me with hip hop, I'm not big into like modern country. That's kind of where we're a little different. But I was more of like a pop and metal and like I listened to everything, but hip hop, it was always older hip hop. And like when I did listen to hip hop, it was like comedic hip hop. Like it was like Muck Sticky and like it was Weird Al whenever he did like hip hop stuff. And I'm not saying Muck's music can't be taken seriously. I love Muck's music and he's an incredible artist. But when I started veering into like silent Simba. I was introduced to Cameron's music. I was introduced to calligraphy. That's when I started to get back into hip hop again, and I started getting into EDM again when I met up with Lou and went to the camp out because I've never been that big into EDM as like individual artists. Like I'd hear it on the radio and I would enjoy it, but I'm starting to get more into that genre of music now. And good thing because this voice is probably going to be on a couple tracks. Hopefully, I enjoy it. Could you imagine putting your voice on a track that you don't like?
Actually,
Would,
remember how you were talking about? You use the same thing I use. It's that Teespring thing. I forgot. I actually have two things on there for sale right now: a blanket and a mug. Like clothes and
interesting.
stuff, I'm having Rick do. Like, but the mugs and blankets and all that, I'll just have it done on here until Rick wants to do that. Like this, actually chair I got, my dad gave it to me. He
Mm-hmm.
had it. It has a little bit of crack stuff in it, but that's nothing super glue can't fix.
Super glue and duct tape can fix anything. If living in Ohio taught me anything, that's what it taught me. And Gorilla Tape, Gorilla Glue, I swear. I, is your spleen messed up? We will tape it back in. It's the wildest thing ever. But yeah, Teespring's amazing, bro. Like I use Teespring for my stuff. Now the negative is they do like charge like they take like 20% or whatever, but they're making everything and shipping it for you. You're literally just getting paid to come up with a design.
But look what me and Rick are doing. We're doing half and half profit. He makes some money, I make money.
Yeah, and it's local. And I was thinking about getting into that with some other people if I could get like a site or whatever together to start building towards that.
Okay, what I make people sites. Just what sucks
Mhm.
is the domain. You have to pay for the domain and all that.
That's unfortunate. Isn't the domain like a couple $100 too?
Actually, some domains are like $5, but there's this website I use like for .com $9 for the .com, and that's normally like $50.
That ain't bad. Because I knew .com was like $50. I think .gov is like 120 or $200 or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what the most expensive one is.
like right now for example, Michael Outdoors Podcast.tk. It's free because
Uh-huh.
this website it gives you some free domains, but
Ooh, that's neat.
like
Don't give up. Oh shit! On your dream. Damn fucking audio. Sorry, we got an echo. Um, my Facebook keeps popping up our live. Like, hey, do you want to watch this? Is it dark in my room or is it just me?
it looks no, it looks light now. It's wow. Like
Wow, you can really see my face. You can
I
see all my pimples.
I just put in chat. If you look in chat, I just put the website.
Okay. I'm having issues getting into the chat because it keeps playing the audio and I don't want like overlay with it. I don't know how to turn the audio off.
You can actually mute it somehow. What are
I'm
you trying to watch it on?
I'm watching it on on my computer. Oh, here it is. Mute. Hit play. There we go. Yeah, I'm bright as hell. Now your website is michaeloutdoorsbrand.creator-spring.com. So
Yeah,
guys, go check that out. I can't wait. I'm going to get me some merch. I'm going to wear some of your shirts and stuff. So what made you come up with the name Michael Outdoors since we do see that you are indoors right now?
actually, okay. My mom mentioned this. She's like, "Why do you call yourself Michael Outdoors? Because you're inside." Which actually, I never thought of it until now. I just wanted to do my own podcast. I didn't care what the name is. I just
Mhm.
that name was just on the top of my head. And you can also see me rocking out my calligraphy merch right here.
I love it.
And
Such a supporter of local music, and I love it.
actually, my mom, I'm probably going to end up rebranding, changing the name for it to Michael's Outdoor Podcast. So it actually fixes it a little bit. I know you were
There's
talking about.
nothing wrong with rebranding.
I know you were talking about trying to rebrand, and actually, there's one person I want to. Well, I was going to try to get what's it called on my podcast. Uh, so I wanted to get Cam on before he passed, but
Mhm.
that kind of
Yeah, that, it's sad. Like I still can't believe that it happened.
me neither. Like it was
Like it's hard to talk.
out of nowhere
It's
too.
like out of left field, bro. And like, what was we talking about before that? Because I was gonna say something. Oh, rebranding. There's nothing wrong with rebranding, and I thought about it. I decided not to. I'm not gonna rebrand Pink Sock, but I am going to be doing other ventures. Um, because Pink Sock right now is like kind of I've been working on it for about 5 years now. It's just my sense of humor, and I figured it could just be my comedy show, and I can just branch out and do other. There's so many podcasters that did your description for the show though. You did name it Michael's Outdoor Podcast instead of Michael Outdoors.
Like look at this.
So
I'm
you're already
looking.
starting.
I'm looking at more like base cost is $50, which what I like. They don't charge you to get the stuff made. It just they take it off of your percentage, but you have to have a certain amount of profit.
Okay. I know also they don't charge you taxes or anything until you take money out with Teespring. What's up, Noodle? Noodle's in the chat. I love that guy.
What's up, Noodle? Which what I find funny
What?
though, I
What's
can
up?
actually buy
Okay. I know. Oh, sorry. I meant to mute that. What were you saying?
like I'm trying to find a case. Cause I might get a case or something.
Oh, nice. But yeah, if you guys want any merch from this talented young man, you can go onto his little website that is in the comments. If you want merch from me, you can just go to allmylinks.com/pinksockpodcast or allmylinks.com/official Mike Usenick because
Do we
I have two.
do we want to put it this way? I seen that you had all my link stuff, so I actually made it. And also, if you want to buy merch, don't forget to use Cast for Life. It check out for 20% off on your order.
Oh, nice.
Like the
You even
mug,
got
like for the mug, it's $15 for a mug that has a painting on it. Then you go to get a hat, $25 for the hat, just a trucker hat. Then a blanket, $56 because they take $30 and I get 20 off of it.
that's weird for a hat. That's really weird. What is the all my links website for you?
What'd you say? Actually,
Is
all
it
my
Michael
links,
Outdoors Podcast?
it's allmylinks.com
You're
slash Michael Outdoors Podcast, which next podcast I will definitely put it in the.
all right. I am currently following you.
Yeah, this is like.
Okay. I am following you on there. Yeah, you've got a lot of cool stuff though. You've got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got
I know, it just cut out on me, guys. Give it a minute. Huh. What's up, Jag? Can someone tell Mike that it kicked me out? I'm trying to rejoin.
is he back? There he is.
Okay,
I was keeping him I was keeping it going.
this technical difficulty is like, I think it's just my internet, so many tabs open at once.
I will tell you this. once you get everything together and it's not lagging as much, I'll come back on the show again. I'm not like that. I ain't gonna judge you based on technical
Yeah,
difficulties.
like now, right now, it doesn't lag
We
at
are here
all.
to build you up.
What happened is probably because my the whole internet's on for everyone right now. That also doesn't help everyone running off the internet at the same time.
Yeah, like once you get the good internet that you're talking about getting, and once you get this podcast, more guests out of the way and stuff, and you want to have your old pal Mike back on, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and bring me back on. I'm no celebrity. I'm just a cool dude that
Like,
lives in Ohio.
I'm I may reach out because I'm planning on probably getting you, Coop, and Dustin on a podcast together at
Oh,
some
I would
point.
love that. I love those guys. Actually, what we could do, if the guys are down and if you're down, what we could do, this is my ideas. My ideas are starting to flow. How about we do a Michael Outdoors and Dabbing with Dads crossover? If the guys are all for it, we could easily combine the two shows into one. We're all in the same place anyway, and do a combined episode.
That'd be cool because I actually want to come on your podcast one time. That'd be something I
I would
want.
I would love it. Now, I do want people to know that the name Pink Sock raises a few eyebrows. I'm not going to get into what a pink sock is on your show, uh, but I have a very weird sense of humor at times, and that's where the podcast name came from. I thought of the most perverse and messed up yet innocent sounding name, and I created Pink Sock. And I was your age when I learned what one was. Uh, so yeah, but I would gladly like to chat with you, and we can do Dabbing with Dad's crossover if Matt wants to do that.
Yeah,
If not, good.
I'll
I'm
get a
sorry,
hold of
brother.
him because I'm hoping next podcast I'll have Rick back helping. Because actually, what was
Don't give up.
surprising, he got me Turp House Farms sponsoring for the podcast. That was just wow.
That's big.
That that's Mark Coleman, uh, Jay Davis, and uh, Seth Schaefer.
And
That's all.
that is freaking big, dude.
That's all three combined.
Dude, I am proud of you. You've got this, my man. You've got this podcasting thing. You're doing better than I am, and I'm proud of you for that, man. Like shit. You got the sponsors, you got everything, man. Before too long, I'm gonna be in a class learning from you.
And actually, I may reach out to you because I do need an intro. Are you the one who makes your intros?
I did not make my own intro, but I do have a friend that makes music. I got a few that do, and one of my friends, Robbie Miller, made the intro. I made the video aspect a little bit. A friend of mine added the explosion. So I'm sure one of the guys in calligraphy or any local musician would gladly help you with the music. I can try to come up with like an intro if you got an idea.
I I don't have an issue, but I might reach out to Chris or someone and see if they have, because I'd love to have Kadish and Chris and Jag in like one. Them are like my favorites out of them. Maul, like I what I wish is Jag and Chris had their own, like how the most calligraphy has their own separate music account. It'd be nice if Chris and Jag had one.
See, I love them all. I just do. We all have our own opinions, though, and I respect yours. But if you want Chris and Jag to do a song, Jag is in the chat right now. He could pretty much give you an answer right now, probably. Hey, Jag, we doing a theme song for Michael Outdoors podcast? Sorry, I call him out while they're in the chat. I don't.
I don't even know if he's on here though. I seen
He
him
was.
earlier.
He was here a minute ago. Where are you at, Jag? Come back, Jaggy. Come back. Woo! You can blame it all on me. There is
Actually,
something.
this WTHC radio, I've never heard of it, but they followed me. That I was listening to them yesterday. Okay, I heard rock music and I immediately shut it off. I'm not a big fan of rock, but my grandma was.
I love rock, but WTHC radio is hilarious. They're fun, and I cannot wait. Here's another announcement. I'm a man full of announcements today. I am going to actually be appearing on WTHC radio in the near future.
Actually,
So that's
speaking of radio, Brant Cash, when he gets out of how he's in jail and stuff, whenever he gets out of there, he wants me to come on his podcast. And Steve
that would be
Novotny wants me to come on the radio with him.
dude. That would be amazing. Let me know when. I'll definitely check it out, man.
Thanks, Jess.
Hey guys, I hate to do this, but I do have a couple things that I have to do here shortly. So is there anything else you would love to discuss? Because I'll come back on here whenever. Just let me know.
Not really.
But I hate
but
to cut it. But
I'll definitely get a hold of Matt and all you guys tonight or tomorrow about planning another podcast. I know you're open on Mondays, which if we were to do a podcast, if you'd want to, we could do it on Pink Sock, but it'd have to be after about 4, because I don't get out of school till 3 or 2:40, and I get home about 3:30.
see what I can do. Pink Sock is typically live. Not really always live. We do pre-records too, but we premiere episodes or are live every Monday and Wednesdays at noon. But what I can do for you is we can do a pre-record, or I can just do a special live and do another Pink Sock, or we can just do your show and I can do Pink Sock whenever you're on like summer vacation.
Actually, we could do that. And then actually maybe I can talk to the guys for calligraphy. 'Cause I'm actually gonna get them on a podcast for sure. I'm probably gonna shoot Jag or Chris a message tonight, and then
That would be dope.
in which I know you gotta go. I'm
Good.
probably
You're
gonna
good.
put you on the next shirts because I have your logo and stuff. I may put you on the next set of that.
And if you don't want to put Pink Sock on your shirt, I do have other projects that I do that you can put on your shirt. So I will respect that. Or you can just put my name on there in different font or whatever. Because I do understand that the name is a little questionable. I do have Only Strains as well, which is a cannabis educational Facebook group, and I've also got other projects that I'm working on. So if you want, I do have a little pop figurine that a friend of mine drew that you can throw on your shirt. Like I will work with you on that if you want to go that route. And I am honored that you want to do that.
I'll get a hold of you though, because I might put you on blanket or something. Because I'm actually thinking about making a blanket that has all the sponsors and stuff. Which, one thing I'm doing, it's sneak peek. You seen how I made a graphic for Rick that had all the sponsors that he has? I might make one like that. Just all the supporters I have with my podcast, like you, Cloud, all them.
Yeah, man, that'd be freaking killer. And I'm honored that you want to do that. And I would like to give a little shout out though, because Rick Lay is in the chat.
What is he?
So Rick Lay, I know. Yes, he is.
I just not seen that.
I would like to send. He is going through a lot right now. I love you, brother, and if you need anything, please reach out. Please. We're here for you, brother. Love you.
Yeah, we're all here for you,
But
Rick.
we're here for you, Rick, and I truly appreciate and love you. And I also appreciate you, Michael Outdoors, for wanting to put me on a shirt. And you can have anybody on that shirt, and you choose to have this long-haired hippie. So I appreciate that. I
Oh God.
truly do. But I want to say I would love to do this show again when when I don't really have much of a schedule, so we can talk a little longer and cover a lot of other ground. I would also love to do it, like you said, with Coop. I am talking to Coop tonight, so I will bring it up to him if
Which I
you don't get a
might
hold of him first.
I might tune into the Dab with Dabs. It just depends. I might be
Mhm.
on until 10. That's it. Then I might be knocked out. I'm
Well, we're aiming to go live at 9:30, but Matt did say we might go on a little earlier. We might go on at 9,
I
just
heard him
depending.
actually talking about 9 on the live earlier. So hopefully it is
Yeah.
9 and I get a more watch time because that means it'll end earlier too.
hmm
But
And Rick, love you guys. Love you, buddy. Much love to Rick. But Michael, it was a pleasure chatting with you. Is there any other questions that you had for me, or any insight you would like, or any advice on podcasting, or do you want me to dance to some random music you have to play? I don't know. I don't know what kind of show you're running here, buddy. Like, what do you have?
if you want, we'll go for that real quick.
I mean, I can dance for the outro. I don't care. I'll, I'll give you guys a show. Hold on, let me move my laptop. Let's have some fun with it. If my webcam shuts off, I'm just moving my laptop.
Okay.
We can get there. Let's do this.
Well, how about we do this one? I totally
Yes.
did not make a. We'll do a clean version of this. Just let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I was born ready, bro.
Let me get
Love you, Rick.
this.
All
Well,
right.
then that can be the outro.
All right. I'll see you, brother. Thank you
See you
for
guys.
allowing me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. Much love, brother, and I'll see you all next time.
See ya.